Welcome to Origin Stories. I'm RD.
I'm Parrot.
We're telling stories behind the digital art revolution
Each week we interview top artists.
and live stream with the community.
Let's go. Today is tomorrow's origin story.
Hello, my friend.
What's up, Parrot? How are you, man?
I'm doing well, chilling in sunny Los Angeles.
Amazing.
How you doing?
Good, man. Is my Twitter link broken?
Looks like it, yeah.
Damn it.
Seems to be kind of a crapshoot.
I know.
We've had a good few weeks, though, of that not happening.
It's true. All right, let me retweet you here. Get it on the timeline. Cool. Yeah, man.
Right.
So we were talking just before this, saying on one hand, it feels like the space is a little chiller and calmer coming off of maybe like an extended Labor Day weekend. Some people were commenting they got some rest and time away. And on the other hand, there's still stuff flying, like
Yeah.
Bored Apes. I don't know too much about I think I just missed the Toads, but I saw a lot of buzz about the Toads. 888.
I've heard people talk about Toads, yeah.
Yeah, 888 today with his Genesis 8888 edition drop. We don't quite know what it will be, but it will surely be something. I'm sure there's some big plans behind that.
Surely be something, yeah. What else we had this week? We had the Loot and the Bloot.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, not 100% sure what any of those are. I mean, I looked at them, I saw them, but just I like missed the context that those came about in. So,
and then the End Project too, right?
Loot
and Bloot were words to End Project numbers, but essentially, decentralized, entirely reliant on the community picking it up and doing, whatever they want with it and adding value and being productive on it. I mean, I like the concept. It's just very reliant on structure. Whoa, what's up, Gultra?
My guy. GM.
Yeah. Like one of those models will work, but I do think it does come down to a lot of people working together and or working separately on multiple valuable concepts to drive value to the overarching idea.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I think, it's kind of a cycle that we see happen in music in different genres and in art in different genres, where there's extreme maximalism and then extreme minimalism. And this is kind of just pulling some stuff back to the bare basics of it, of like, this isn't flashy art. This doesn't strike you in any emotional way, and it's not trying to. And it's just kind of loud about that. It's like, these are just like, it's broken down to exactly what a lot of people are here for, which is gambling and game mechanics and trying to make profit, which is, there's a spot for that for sure. And it's kind of ironic and funny too. So I guess there's some like metaverse humor kind of embedded in there as well.
Yeah, I want to get another month out and see what derivative projects bear, like what they eventually amount to. That's what it's all going to come down to. I mean, someone's going to build something really cool. I have no doubt about it. I just want to see it. Like, I want to see which one catches. I mean, maybe multiple do, but I have a hunch one of these projects will really separate itself as kind of, it's like the CryptoPunks became the OG Avatar winner, right? I think there's going to be something here that separates itself out on the strength of that community, that it becomes like the flag bearer for this, decentralized NFT structure, all power to the community. We'll see.
Yeah. That Gultra is here now. Let's talk about, as Gultra is a big pot collector, let's talk about the Lost Poets. Because I think that was about to drop last week and we didn't really know what it was going to be. I still don't know exactly what it is yet. Yeah. But I grabbed 6 of them. I think that's what you need to make a poem over the course of the next amount of time. So did you end up grabbing some of those?
You don't know the story, man?
No, I don't think so.
So the story goes, I progressively went further down the rabbit hole and in real time was like reworking how I felt about Pac, which is, spoiler alert, very positive. And was just like learning more and more in real time about the poets. Philip Hodis, there's 2 people I got to give credit to. The first person, Philip Hodis, and this is going to sound like the most obvious idea in the world, but I literally owe Philip Hodis for it, where I'm sitting there watching this hour of Ash holders, right? Like only Ash holders could get these pages for an hour. And I'm watching that counter tick down. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to miss out on this entire thing. And I was talking to Philip over DM, and Philip's like, why don't you buy Ash? And I was like, it's like RD had a hard moment where, you know, so I was like, good idea. I just went and bought some Ash and then got in there. All right. Then it's time for step 2. So then I start asking some awesome friends in the space about like, what should I target here? You know, what quantities matter? Like, again, it's just real time sprinting before these pages run out. Right. And it was like, try to get on the leaderboard because then you're guaranteed an origin. And I was like, okay, so I'm making this second bigger decision real time. Now I've gotten like 35 pages to that moment. Micah Johnson calls 1 minute into a regular catch up. He's like, tell me about these pages. What's going on? 1 minute after that, we have, you know, RD Micah Johnson Ventures, and we go in together, and we have 128 pages and got on the leaderboard.
Perfect. Love that.
There's the story. And what's up, Tormius, by the way? Finally can catch you live. Glad to have you here.
That's hilarious, actually. Yeah, I did see the tweet about the venture project you guys quickly started.
Very quickly. And then in the RD report on Monday, I put some thoughts together. Like I really do believe if any artist / persona, because I think, you know, it's even much bigger than that at this point. We want to extend down like the marketing infrastructure tech roads. Sure. It's Pac, and like just deserving of, I think, a blank check and a clear runway. And to say, yeah, at this point, I'm pretty confident you're going to come up with something that is intriguing, that is captivating, that has a lot of legs. And at this point, I would be surprised if anything that the entity that is Pac puts together, I'd be surprised if anything truly flops at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I feel like this phrase gets, you know, thrown around a lot, but Pac really does not miss, you know?
Yeah. It just seems like finger on the pulse, but the pulse a year from now, like it's just so ahead and really just smart, just plain smart. I've said this, is like nobody in NFTs makes me feel as dumb as Pac makes me feel. In the best of ways. Like I'm here for it. Like I'm here for it. I just tip my cap. It makes me smile. And it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely inspiring to watch. It's really cool. And he's always been like that too. I remember first finding out about him like a year ago. Golter says Pac is the first crypto native artist. I'd have to agree with that. He's he's the first person I saw that really uses the blockchain as a medium for his work, which is something that's, you know, been so untapped thus far. Still, even, you know, a year later, exactly. He understands the token as the medium, as Ultra says, and that's what Pac has said before. That's exactly it. He just knows how to utilize the technology that we're all just like trying to familiarize ourselves with right now. And he seems to have such a strong grasp on it, knows how to use it and stuff. And everything he does is like, oh shit, that's never been done before. And he just keeps doing that.
And also just has such a firm grasp of playing the short, mid, and long game seemingly all at once. You know, like when things go silent for 2 weeks and people are like, oh, what's going on? Like it always seems to have a plan. Seems to have a plan. And it always like when enough time passes, again, if I've ever doubted at any moment in time, it's always come back to bite me. And I've always been like, well, don't doubt Pac. Just don't do it.
It's a losing game.
It's a losing game. Exactly right. Exactly right. So that's the story. That's the story behind Poets from my perspective. And Gulcher makes a great point.
That's Pac's favorite movie, he says, is The Prestige.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I'll have to go back and rewatch that with that in mind, though.
Yeah, it's true. And it's at Harrison's point. What's up, Harrison? Harrison says Pac's playing a lifelong game of chess with our brains. There's no way to win. So actually, I wrote a tweet like a while back, and I was like, I don't think Pac's playing chess to our checkers. I think he's playing Go. Like I think he's it's like another game stacked upon a game. So yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Playing Go, I like that. Yeah, well, I bought some of the poets, little gray squares.
Yeah, let's see what they become.
See where it goes.
Yeah.
I missed out on the Ash. I don't know why. Multiple times I was like, I should probably buy Ash, but
I got a little Ash now.
I probably should still buy Ash as I'm like speaking of it right now. It's probably still a good time to buy Ash.
Yeah,
so maybe I'll do that later today.
Let's see what's Ash at now. What is Ash at now? Ash is 1313.
Yeah, it's like 13. a good numeral synchronicity there too. It's probably a sign to buy.
It seems to be settling down there, like right in that 10, 11 to 15, 16 range. It's just kind of sitting down there for a few weeks now.
Cool.
Or I guess since the Poets drop, I should say. Oh, Euphoria in here too, and Compusify. What's going on? We got a crew today. Nice.
Jay Pierce too.
Community vibes. Where's Jay Pierce?
There he is.
What's up, Jay Pierce?
Good vibes today. Good vibes today.
Yeah, good vibes indeed. Speaking of good vibes, while we got the good vibes, I just want to give a little shine to my boy Parrot. Tomorrow, special moment, special moment, and to Bloom. I'm excited for that, man.
Me too, man. It's been a long time coming for the Artifacts project, and I feel blessed to be a part of it and see it come into fruition and to bloom, as they say.
Yes. The title's perfect. Like the artwork, and just for those who don't know, like the rapid fire storyline about that was just like Parrot's been there from. I mean, obviously, as you know, like we've been doing this for a long time now. Parrot's one of my inner circle people, like forever. We go all the way back and was there from the beginning when this was the seed of an idea. Took a red-eye flight to join me in New York at Times Square when all the art went up on May 6th, 2021, which is kind of like the start of it in many, many ways.
Yeah.
And I just feel like every major marker you've been there. So it's really been hitting me in a different manner this week specifically. Like now that it's your time, it's your day tomorrow, Friday. And it's just like, yeah, this is cool. This is a fun thing.
Oh, it is fun. It is cool, man. I'm really excited, dude. Yeah, it's what a year it's been, and how cool it's been to see. You start with that seed of an idea of like, hey, I'm gonna take a snapshot of the influential artists in this space to help create this small culture that we found ourselves in, and just to see how far that culture and the space has grown even since then, and 8 months or what have you, 9 months from when we were talking about that. It's crazy. And I honestly, I remember having, maybe it was right after our first podcast, having a discussion of where do you think this is going to be in 6 months from now? And it's cool to have, be there in real time, 6-8 months from then, and see what everyone's doing and seeing how awesome, the NFT space has become and is, and how much it's I think exceeded my expectations in terms of growth and community. Here's to another 6-8 months.
Here's to another.
We're gonna come up on a year one of these days.
I know.
Podcast, dude. Love to do something really special for that.
And Alexi says, I remember the tweet you made looking for someone to be part of the project. That was awesome. It's awesome to think back to that. And we were, you and I were talking about that the other day too. It just came together so fast. Where we met over a video call. We had talked on Twitter, obviously plenty before that, which is also why it was clicking in my mind already. We met and we're I don't really know you yet. You don't really know me yet, but there was just something there. And now fast forward all these months to today. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's super crazy. Yeah. Something just felt right. I was like, Roger seems to have it, whatever it is. I was like, Roger's
likewise. Right back at you, man. Right back at you. J Ram's here. He made it. Did he do some speeding to make it? Maybe. Well, it sounds like you avoided a ticket. So a drink with Bill Ellis and Defaced for 1 year. Yeah. I mean,
we got to do a whiskey roundtable again.
Yeah, that's right.
Eric Young. maybe like a 2-hour stream where we just have everybody come on, as many people as possible, and just have a celebration.
We should do that, man. We should do like some, I don't know, some form of a mass celebratory stream, like for the space, like for those who have been a part of this, for those who wake up to it and go to sleep to it and like really, really, really care about it. Like, I don't know, this crew here makes me really happy. Like seeing Gultra in here, seeing Euphoria in here, seeing like Harrison, MD, NFT, J-Ram in here. Like, I don't know, this stuff just makes me happy. Jay Pierce just makes me happy, man.
Me too. It would be cool actually to do maybe something in person where we rent out a podcast studio, maybe in New York, and get a crew together there, and then also just do like a live stream where people are jumping on and stuff, and just like have a big of a party as possible on the internet.
You know, it'd be crazy to do. And I gotta say, like, it's a little bit of an ode to Gary V, but not going down the same road that he's gone down. Gary V's done these like bookathons, right? Where when I remember his first book runs, when he would sell those books, he would jump on and he would do like, was it 24 hours? It was something preposterous. It was like a 12-hour or 24-hour running stream. Now, I'm not suggesting we necessarily go 24 hours, but if we rented a studio or really set something up, it would be fun to just, I don't know, kind of have this revolving door and invite anybody and everybody in and just have fun. Maybe we even bring back, I think we still have some, by the way, who's OG enough to either know about and or have an Origin Stories NFT?
Oh.
Who knows about it? Who knows about it? There's an Origin Stories NFT.
There is.
The
dartboard.
Remember?
Yep. I remember because I minted and sent each one of those by hand. It took me like a day and a half.
Yeah, dude. Euphoria, you have one, right? You have one? Remember it and have one, I believe. Ooh, Harrison doesn't know about it. But yeah, we have Origin Stories NFTs still out there in the wild in many people's wallets. We did a run of 100 Genesis NFTs in association with the Dart tournament that we ran. Shout out Rare Rooms. Shout out the A Lot of Money dartboard. Yep, before you got one. Nice.
I'm gonna see if I can find that and screen share it.
Harrison doesn't believe us. Send him one to prove it.
All right, let's see. Connect to OpenSea.
So I bet.
Here we go. I found them.
We still have some, don't we? We still have some that aren't distributed.
I think so, yeah. Maybe we should give some away for the year anniversary.
And dude,
make people wait for it.
And also, we technically, man, have the art done for what would have been the second release, right?
Yeah, that's done for sure.
I mean, it sounds like we're onto something here.
We are onto something for sure. Yep, here is the original.
Culture, do you have one? Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder, let's see. 65 items, 51 owners. So I think we do have some left.
Culture doesn't have one. Well,
there's only one for sale, and it's 0.22 ETH. So
who owns that? Who's selling that? Who's selling that Origin Stories NFT for?
I was gonna click on it, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't. But
all right, fair enough.
Cypherpunk.
All right, Cypherpunk. All right, he's got some pages. So
he does. So good.
The Origin number 7. That's a good number too.
That's a good number.
All right,
it's a steal. I'll buy it.
Yo, right here, right now, I gotta say. All right, so for everyone, originally our plan was to do semi-regular NFTs, tributes to artists, like Parrot's take on certain things. If we did an event like the Dart event, And we just kind of got off of it. We've been having fun with this. This has been our true passion project, right? I mean, just kind of having fun with doing this. But it's fun to revisit that. Maybe for something we should revisit doing something with the remaining editions of the dartboard, and rolling out that second very special piece of art that I have seen and is pretty dope.
Yeah, it is pretty dope, man. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be a fun thing to play with. Yeah, and I think this concept was created before you came up with Artifacts, even. Right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So I think Artifacts kind of took the place of this in a sense, and it's executed much better and with more diligence and foresight. But
different though.
Very different, but it's still an NFT to commemorate the artists that we have bonds with, which is kind of what Artifacts is doing as a whole too. I think it still hits that same niche in a way.
Yeah.
And then we've both been so busy with so many projects.
For real. For real. All right, I'm sold on it though. I feel like let's do it. Let's figure out a way. It's a nice limited run, but for the OGs, and not even just for the OGs, for a lot of those folks who have joined us since, like Harrison, you didn't know about that, but you're part of this, man. Like you're part of this community, been supported. So yeah, for everybody who supports Origin Stories, would be fun to figure something out.
Definitely. Yeah. And then we just got to start brainstorming for that 1 year anniversary, because that'd be really cool. It'll be a cool event.
Yeah, man. You got my mind turning now.
I know. Ooh, Alexi says, I meant to ask but forgot, what are the Gremlin Artifacts NFTs about? That sounds secret. I don't know.
I mean, Gultra got it?
Yeah.
Nice. Gultra, legend.
My man.
You are an Origin Story OG. Euphoria, what can we tell you about the Gremlin Artifacts NFTs? The answer is I can't really tell you much. I don't know. I think someone jumped onto our contract and just minted those. So
anything with the word gremlin sounds secretive. It reminds me of the Illuminati.
Word. I don't know anything about gremlins.
Exactly.
Jay Pierce. Oh, just beat me. Huh? Oh man.
Ooh.
Got some competition over those. So all of a sudden, those Origin Story dartboard holders, they're in possession of something in demand now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sure if you throw some bids out there, someone might sell.
All right, it's public now. All right, fair enough. Gultra, take this one. What specifically is public, and we'll roll with that. Can you help a brother out? Can you help a brother out? I'm the overly cautious guy. Oh, it's on the Gremlins DAO account. All right, everybody. So you can go to the Gremlins DAO account that Gultra has been kind enough to link to. It's just Gremlins, as you would spell it, GREMLINS, and then DAO, DAO. Check it out.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
Guess I'll follow it though. Ooh. It's only one tweet. I don't know how public that is.
Gremlins are pretty special. We'll leave it at that. One tweet. Man, we're getting in the weeds today.
I know, right?
We're going all the way back in the past.
Yeah.
OG NFTs, diving off into the Gremlins weeds.
Talking about secret societies.
JRAM LOL, you have tons of info here. Well, I mean, you have possibly pieces to the puzzle that have come to light here today. And I'm not gonna say anything else.
Harrison says, what do you think about the Crypto Toads run up today? I actually don't know that much about Crypto Toads. I just saw people talking about it. But I'll take a peek. I'll take a peek skis on OpenSea.
I'm in the same boat, and Harrison makes. I mean, a lot of the main Twitter influencers are it's all over the timelines. It is something that I don't know too much about, but it does have some popularity out there. So let's do our quick due diligence. Anyone jamming with us right now in the community? Anyone have a toad and or wanna add anything to the toads discussion? Because we're doing some real time research.
Real-time research.
And as we do that real-time research, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Thank You X today. He announced 1 year officially in the NFT space. So that's awesome. Obviously, someone who's accomplished a lot, someone who's supported a lot of people, and in conjunction, not planned, but also released his origin story today. So it kind of goes hand in hand in this really synchronous, fun way.
What a great guy.
Great guy.
Big fan. So is it Crypto Toads by Gremplin? Let's see. Crypto Toads.
And Harrison says yes. J-Ram, thoughts? For it says best jawline in the game. Thank you, X.
It's true.
J-Ram, thoughts on how utilities evolve within the NFT space as things are being explored? Yeah, I think I have two immediate thoughts that come to mind. I think the word utility is becoming overused and is like a frustrating terminology. Like I feel people now chafing at the words utility and roadmap. Like I feel like immediate tension when someone mentions like releasing the roadmap or comes with utility. It's starting to become a bit of that joke. And I think it's because it's still a very dubious terminology. But the thought that goes hand in hand with that is we are seeing projects just do it, right? They're like just doing things, just providing utility. I think that love them or hate them, Beanie and the whole, Punks comic and Meta Hero and that whole ecosystem, mint passes, like, that's examples of providing it. Artifact Studios, another, they do all of these airdrops and they're clearly trying to push things along. And so I think you see that the terminology is overused and maybe a source of frustration for some, but then you also see clear examples of projects who are like hammering down utility road.
Yeah. I'd say Bored Apes, I don't know if they have utility, but I think their utility is community. And then they've been doing a bunch of airdrops and providing value to the holders and stuff. But yeah, I agree with you on that. There's and we talked about this the other day on Discord, DeFace collectible drop that he launched the other morning. Mm-hmm. He tweeted before that. He says, no website, no utility, no roadmaps, just art.
I told him I love that stance. Like I love that he poked fun at that. I think he's the perfect person for it.
Yep.
Because his art is so good and it's so defaced. And it's it's just been honed day over day in the public eye. I love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, we need projects like that, artists like that, who come out and say, fuck this. It's about the art. And that's all that matters to me. And I think, you see a lot of artists out there that feel maybe like they're getting looked over, due to all these collectible projects, and they go, how can I install utility into my art project so that people will want to buy it? And I think DeFace just came out and said, just have good art, and good art gathers attention, and good art has value. And I think there needs to be moments like that to kind of break that ice and give people an inspiration and insight into just good art without any gimmicks associated with it. Not Absolutely. That there's plenty of artists that do that in a non-gimmicky way. I'd say like Fuck Renter with his Fuck Universe, like we've talked about many times. There's like cool utility in that, but it comes across as authentic and fun and an extension of his art. But I see some artists, I think, trying to just use it as a selling point or to try to play a game, which I think in the long run, honestly, like hurts the whole art side of the NFT movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think Fuck Renter too, to go back to that for a second, did something really smart, which is, use art, which are the generative crystals, to wall off his other art. I view him.
Exactly.
He sort of created a bridge between
Yep.
utility and art, or like the things that will be perceived as more collectible-ish, but which also like unshackles his core art to exist and do its own thing. So you may get gifted something because you hold a collectible or a crystal, right? But I think the intent there is to have that not be treated as something that constantly needs added utility, or what can you do with it, or what it can just exist as the art itself.
Yeah, and I think you said something to that point where he was like, there's so many people constantly asking me to put utility and this gamification and collectible aspect into my art. And he was like, that's not why I create art, because it's art. And so, he was able to, I think, pretty gracefully decouple those two things into two separate projects, which is, once again, very, very cool.
Yep, agreed. Harrison's got to run. Work is calling. Have a great rest of the day, man. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Jay Pierce agrees. MD NFT says true. And Jaden is here. Well, let's fucking go. What's going on?
What's up, buddy? Are you in school right now?
Oh, that's true. It is kind of a school hour.
Yep, it is. Congratulations on your Artifacts drop last week.
Agreed. Congrats. Passing the torch right here. Jasty in here. Passing the LFG over to Paradism. I love it. Euphoria says utility definitely shouldn't be the only selling point. Art first. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Utility is fun when done right too, like I'm not shooting that down at all. It's just when it's a gimmick or just there because the artist thinks that's what they should do, or that's what people want. It's pandering a little bit, I think.
And also there's a difference too between utility that comes as a product of established value. Like, for example, when CryptoPunks and Larva Labs offered the utility of claiming a Meebit, punks were already quite established value-wise. When Bored Apes offered the utility of the Kennel Club, they were established value-wise. Sometimes now, right, exactly, Mutants, same thing. Sometimes now there are projects that almost day -1 are saying, there's going to be utility associated with this. And I think that's where the frustration comes in, where it's like, well, what do you mean? Like, you haven't gotten weeks or months in. There's no value base that is settled and is being established to then add utility on top of, because utility added on top of an unstable base and like, kind of, I don't know where this thing is going to go. Like, what is that utility? What does that even mean? So I think that's something that everyone's working out. Everyone's working out how they feel about that.
Yeah. I always say under promise, over deliver. And I think the most successful projects have done that, where they over deliver on their promises. And I think a lot less successful projects do the opposite, where they try to make all these promises and then, like these crazy roadmaps that the dev team set up that, like, if the project doesn't do well, they won't be able to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of projects' downfall.
Yep. Yeah, man. Build community and the utility will come, says MD NFT. That's a very well said. Very well
Love
said.
That. Yeah.
That's a good quote right there.
That's a good quote.
Jasty missed the bus today. Well, sorry you missed the bus, but welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
Oh, hey, I don't want to forget this, and I want to get to J-Ram's question because he's got a question about your background, Parrot. But real quick, I don't want to forget to congratulate Too Much Lag.
Oh, yes, sir.
Too Much and Coldy. I'm going to give the double shout out.
Yes, sir.
In the Coldy method, which is that an auction clock resets to 24 hours after a new bid comes in, which I love, but also when two people, which happened in the Too Much Lag auction for Sylvain, when two people really go after something, it creates a marathon and a battle of wills. And we saw that play out. I think it was a record-setting USD value for Too Much Lag, an incredible end result. And it lasted for almost a calendar week before that auction was officially over. And we saw those two guys or girls, or I don't even know, because they're both, like, one had a name, one had a wallet address, but both were kind of anonymous in the space. So whoever the heck was battling it out for Sylvain, sometimes one would wait until there were 10 minutes left in the 24-hour clock and then reset it to 24. Sometimes the other one would just hammer right back immediately on top of the other's bid. So it was like, it's such a fun, I don't know, strategy game and contest to see play out.
And did you say that specific piece was the OG mint for the Artifacts project?
Which I didn't realize until Lag said it.
Yeah.
I knew, Lag and Bill Ellis were on night one of the Artifacts project, but that literal mint, just based on how the token IDs work, the 1 of 1, Lag was the token ID artist number 1, and the 1 of 1 was number 1. And so that's the first public mint, notwithstanding those weird gremlin NFTs that someone must have minted on our contract. I don't even know what they are. But the first public mint of the Artifacts project was that NFT, and that made it even more special if that's at all possible. So anyway, congrats to Lag, congrats to Coldie for the Coldie method as well.
Yeah. JRM says Genesis Artifacts, basically, man. So it's a very cool thing, and well-deserving artist to have that happen to as well. Big fan.
Big fan. Speaking of someone who just like works, is so innovative, has that bridge. Oh, you know what kind of we were talking about Pac earlier, right? Sure. They're not the same in that regard, but Too Much Lag is another artist who is very crypto native, gets it, was wrapping Bitcoins in artwork. I remember that was the first time he ever came on my radar was when he did that. And I was like, oh, and he'd done the fan art for CryptoCube. Like he's just been in there. Like he did the first piece of OG fan art for CryptoCubes unprompted. That was even before CryptoCubes rolled out the art drops, right? Yep. So like he did that. He just gets it. He just strikes me as someone who, again, works his ass off, gets it, produces high level art. And I just trust, like I have that implicit trust that he will continue to innovate because he feels like magnetized. He just pushes the space. I don't think he can do anything else because he's just so driven down that road. So anyway, a lot of fun things to say. Let's see. Gultra, Too Much Lag has definitely done great contract level stuff. Agreed. Agreed. Euphoria, people slept on Too Much Lag for so long.
Agreed. Yeah. Criminally underrated, and to see his auction pop off like this week, like,
perfect. Euphoria says that person was motivated like crazy. They put a whole exhibition render inside the gremlin's head. Again, I don't know what you're talking about. D double in here. What's going on? And then doubling back to a question from JRAM says, OMG, what's the cute character in Parrot's background? Cat bunny looking one. What do you got, Parrot?
I wish I had an accurate answer for that, but I'm at Carson Daly's studio right now, and it's all her stuff. So I would assume it's from Super Plastic, though. That's where she used to work before 888 The New World.
Nice.
But beyond that, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's a Super Plastic collectible.
Nice. It's like the gremlin will forever be a mystery. What else should we do? Parrot, let's just, since we're doing OG things, why don't we do the Nifty Gateway activity feed?
Ooh, okay.
Want to do it? Like just random commentary. So again, for the OGs in here, what we used to do was used to pop up Nifty Gateway randomly, shoot on the activity feed, and just comment on anything that catches our eye. Definitely, as we do this, invite you to do the same. One big piece of news from Nifty is that they've started to onboard and whitelist projects outside of Nifty with more regularity. I know that Manifold had hooked up a couple for the Mad Dog editions, for the Nest Graphics editions, for the Fuck Crystals, but now they are starting to bring other projects in.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we can see here recent verified collections. So these are, and I saw, who did I see? One of the Hockfoster twins and one of the Winklevoss twins yesterday tweeting, like, I just put in a global ask on Nifty Gateway that's higher than the floor price on OpenSea as like kind of an incentive for people to bring their collectibles in here, which I thought was a pretty cool way to incentivize that. So you got the Fuck Crystals, the Boardnest Ape Clubs, Creature World, Mad Dog Jones.
Oh,
Very cool.
There's Darwin. That's the Philip Hodis did the special edition for the SummerSlam. He gave that away to the people who spent over a certain amount on his artwork.
Oh, beautiful work. Beautiful work.
Right.
Always so good, man.
So good.
All right, let's go to the activity feed.
Here we go.
Ooh, 36 seconds, 51 seconds. Oh, dude. With this new update, the activity feed is going to be so ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. Oh, there's Arsham. I remain just like huge believer in everything Daniel Arsham right now. That was another conclusion I came to semi recently.
Too much garlic slice. So I'm seeing like a lot of collectibles in here.
Mm-hmm. Hakatao
offers.
Sky Golpe.
Oh, good boy.
The summer of Sky Golpe becomes the
like
fall
that.
of Sky Golpe. It's going to be year round now.
Becomes the fall of Sky Golpe. There's probably some pretty good deals on Nifty right now, honestly.
Yeah. There have to be some older artist drops that are going to regain recognition because Nifty went through their dip.
Yeah,
they're clearly, they're coming out of that to some extent, and there's probably something that's still buried in there.
Yeah, I mean, think about like the art blocks and how I sold a squiggly probably too soon for like 11, 12, 13 ETH or something that I minted for like 0.05 ETH like in January, and it was just due to the history of that, which is so cool to think about that like 6 months ago, a year ago was like historic in a sense. Maybe not as historic as CryptoPunks and CryptoKitties and the lot, but as far as like, I think anything pre-Beeple on Nifty Gateway art wise in coming up will be considered somewhat historic because Beeple, I feel like, was really that he opened the floodgates to other artists, that he kind of like legitimized NFTs for a lot of artists where they saw, oh, Beeple's doing this must be something. And then obviously like his Christie's auction, very, very large too. Oh, Goltra, if you're still here, someone's got paper hands in the Nara gallery. This was Goltra's and Gabby's curated drop that we did.
I remember.
Yeah.
Parrot, what's your oldest NFT?
That I've minted or bought?
On Nifty Gateway. Sorry, your oldest Nifty Gateway owned NFT.
It is a Blau.
From which?
From his first drop.
Nice. It's a good one.
Oh, he doesn't have any Nifties. Oh, I think it was actually a Blau Slime Sunday drop. October 5th.
October 5th.
I think so. No, it wasn't from this collection. Maybe it was the second collection. Maybe the third collection. Let's go to my profile. Here it is.
There it is. Ultraviolet.
Yep. So this is November 14th, 2020.
It's a good one.
Yep. $100. Edition size 100. Not too bad. Yep. This was the first one. And I think the first NFT I actually ever bought was, let me go to another tab and pull this up really quick, was Anonymous Nobody. Right after one of my first sales on Super Rare, I was like, okay, I have some Ethereum now, and I can maybe buy some art. And when I first started making art as NFTs and stuff, I never really thought I'd collect art because I was like, I'm an artist, I'm not an art collector. That's silly. And, here we are now.
Yep.
But yeah, let me see if I can find this, and I'll screen share my very first NFT I ever bought that I still remember. Here we go. Share screen. Oh, it's not even loading. Maybe it's Rareable's fault. Oh, there it is. Pepe the Grouch. Cranksy has one. Power Surge has one. BitBuzz. Very cool. Very cool. What was your first NFT, Roger? Are you frozen or am I frozen? I think you're frozen. It's like, Roger, why don't you care about my first NFT? Frozen. Or am I frozen? Well, I'll refresh really quick in case it's me. Here. I guess it was Roger. Thanks, guys. All right, let me go through some comments really quick while we get through these technical difficulties. Tormia, speaking of Nifty Gateway, how do you see the future of the current platforms like Super Rare and Nifty Gateway? Do you think they will continue to be referenced, or will new ones take their place? That's a good question. I think personally, I think Super Rare will continue to be a pillar of platforms in the community. They've been around for so long. They're doing the damn thing before anyone cared about NFTs, before they were making hardly any money. So, in my head, I say, okay, the team obviously cares. I saw Super John, I think the other day, talking about how he, tried to get VC funds for it back in the day, wasn't able to do that, and now he's just turning down offers, and now it's a DAO and it's decentralized, which I think is awesome. And there's just so much history in Super Rare, from the Lost Robbies to the early X copies and Coldies and Hackatows and Pox and everything. So much history in that platform. The team cares so much, and also like throughout the hype cycles that we've experienced, I've never seen them falter or really try to capture the hype on a large scale. They weren't doing multiple editions. They've stuck with their one-to-one thesis. They weren't accepting fiat. They've stuck with their Ethereum only thesis. So I think those, like in my head, all point towards longevity. Nifty Gateway, I think, they kind of did the opposite, where they accept fiat and they really propelled the hype cycle. But I also think they did a lot for the space and onboarded many, many, many new people, similar to like NBA Top Shot, where many people's first NFTs were on Top Shot or on Nifty Gateway. And something that Nifty Gateway does really well is it takes care of its collectors for the most part. And there's been some discrepancies with that, but they, through working with them, I do know they care about their artists and their collectors. And Nifty Gateway is going to be interesting to see, I think, how they do going forward. I think it could maybe go either way, but I do know that they have a smart team, they have funds, and that they're working hard to recapture, I think, some trust that may have been lost in the community over the past 6 months. So I don't know. I think there's going to be a ton of new platforms that are being built right now. You have the New World, which is mostly funded and owned by artists, so that's a really good sign. I think that's going to do exceptionally well, as long as everything goes according to plan with them. So I'll be interested to see how that takes up the market share, and if big whales start going over there instead of other platforms. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. And then there's other platforms like Hen, and new ones coming out on different blockchains, and to try to avoid gas fees and just some of the problems that large use NFTs have with Ethereum. So I think maybe one on Solana is coming out. I don't stay super up to date on that stuff, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Looking back at like the birth of the internet and stuff, it took so long for like Google to show up and become the default search engine. And then YouTube. It took so long for them to come out and be the default social video upload metaverse. So who knows what will happen in the next 5 or 10 years. I think that a few platforms will probably last due to their historical value, like Super Rare. OpenSea has also been around for a long time, and it's been really cool to see them soak up so much volume. Though I think their user interface is a little bit dated, and I'm kind of curious to see if something will replace that. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Let me catch up on Z's comments again. Jerome won an MVSJQ sculpture. Very cool. How's the music making going? Pretty good, man. I've been, moving to California over the past month and kind of settling in and been bouncing around a lot and traveling. So haven't really had the chance to make that much art or music over the past few weeks, which has also been kind of nice after such a crazy busy year. I think, as an artist, we need times of non-creation where we're just experiencing and taking in inspiration. So that's what the past month and a decent chunk of the summer has been for me, was traveling and meeting people and being inspired and going on a road trip and all sorts of stuff, which was, especially after COVID and being stuck inside for so long, really, really nice. But I just got some nice speakers the other day, some Focal Twin 6 PEs, which are very, very, very nice near mid-range studio monitors, and set those up in my Airbnb the other day and busted out a song right away, which was super, super fun. And I got a bunch of art projects planned right now that I've been slowly nipping away at, some cool collaborations coming up, and all sorts of fun stuff. But what's up, Riley? How we doing? Let me check my DMs and see where Roger's at. He's resetting his router right now. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. But yeah, getting settled in California, and just I literally didn't have my desktop for 3 weeks, or wasn't able to set up for 3 weeks. So just got that set up last week. I have a laptop with a decent graphics card, so I was able to do a little bit of art while I was traveling, but didn't have all my assets and my the whole thing. Jay Pierce, what's up, buddy? Jay Pierce and I have been talking about getting together and jamming on some art, which would be really fun. Let's maybe do that this week. Roger's back. Oops. What's up, buddy?
Yo, you held it down. Thanks, man.
I've just been rambling.
That's what I'm talking about. Parrot monologue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we talked a little bit about who asked a good question. Tormius asked about Nifty Gateway and the future of current platforms like Super Rare and them, and if they will continue to be referenced or will new ones take their place. So I was talking about historic value of Super Rare and how they've been at it for so long and done, in my head and in my eyes, everything correctly thus far about keeping up with their longevity and permanence in the space. So Nifty Gateway, a little bit less so, but they've been making a lot of moves to really cement themselves as a long-term project as well.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Where do you put Makers and Known Origin?
Man, they've also been around for a long time. Known Origin especially. I don't know. I don't want to say that. I think that I could see Known Origin and Maker's Place having a strong comeback when art, there's been so many collectible projects lately, but I do feel like art will start to really pop off again, and that has been to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. I feel that wave coming, and I could see a big run starting to happen on Known Origin and Maker's Place, because just on Super Rare, where all the old art on there, mm-hmm. gets swooped up for crazy prices. There's equally old art on Maker's Place and Known Origin. I mean, you and I, how we met basically through Twitter was Peter Moorbacher.
Yes.
Finding his art, one like a very prominent artist in the world of concept art and Magic the Gathering, very, very prominent artist. Probably your favorite artist. And he had stuff that he minted in 2018 on there.
Yep.
And so we both went and bought that for like $100 a pop or something like that.
Yeah, it was low. It's like $100 to $200.
Exactly. So I think I could see that happening with those platforms and hopefully breathing some life back into them. Mm-hmm. The way it's going right now, though, I feel like they've both been kind of pushed by the wayside in light of the collectibles and OpenSea, and I feel like Super Rare's one of the, and Foundation too, but really Super Rare has been like the only spot where people have really been trying to collect art over the summer, as far as I can tell, besides the Nifty Gateway SummerSlam. But that could just be due to the suction of the market that these collectible projects are taking right now. So, but yeah, I mean, there's some great, like, really historical art in both those platforms. I think maybe that's alpha. Go find and go digging and find some of that old art that's been on there for years and is still so cheap.
I remember Known Origin too. There's old Sky Golpe on there. There's stuff. There's some. What else is there? Remember Fuckrender? I remember he had done like a limited release of like an Axie fan art type thing a while back.
Yeah. I mean, think about some of the biggest collectible project sales where, you have these rarity trades and, maybe a Bored Ape or art blocks or a Lost Robbie or any of these things, they go for north of $1 million. Mm-hmm. And there's this hunt out there to like find these old projects, right? You see it on Twitter. Gary Vee's doing it. He's like, let's go find these old projects from like 2017, blah 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 blah, which is very cool. And there's a lot of value, I think, in that history. But I think those two marketplaces have a lot of, and just like what we were talking about earlier on Nifty Gateway, some of those first artist drops that might still be slept on. I think Known Origin and Maker's Place, two gold mines for finding old historical art that I don't think anyone's really doing yet, or at least not publicly.
Good point. I was pretty partial to Maker's Place for a while. Like I appreciated their browsing experience. That was like, in my opinion, their strongest attribute. When I wanted to browse art, like period, end of story, just like go browse art. I thought that their scroll was second to none because it didn't put anything in your face except for the art. It was fairly cleanly laid out. So one of my first loves in the space for sure.
Yeah, man. And I think, the curation that Maker's Place has too, so good. Like you go on there and it's just beautiful art. Some of the best just artists out there on Maker's Place, and they accept fiat as well as ETH. Like, what's not to like?
What's not to like? Dude, so what's next for you, man? How's the rest of the week play out? I mean, obviously tomorrow release, but other than that, how's today into the weekend playing out for you? Anything fun?
No real plans. Just catching up on some artwork and writing music, I think. Yeah, I was maybe gonna go up to Portland this weekend. I know a bunch of artists are up there for a MoGraph retreat, I think.
Cool.
But just chilling this weekend and hopefully getting some work done.
Well, Gulcher says they had a rough time with Maker's Place when they did Pax the Creation. What was the deal there? There was I recall there was something about bids not being returned to wallets in enough time to keep going. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I do recall some buzz about something being not so well executed during that.
Yeah, there was that, and the Beeple giveaway on there that just completely decimated the website. And then they did like a raffle in the Discord instead. And people was like doing screenshots of the Discord of people like posting numbers. It was like, may have dropped the ball on some actual mechanics a few times. They return the funds on slow fees. Oh, okay. They're trying to save money on gas to return the funds. Interesting. Yeah, not a good look,
Yeah. Well, everyone's learning on the fly, or at least in that phase of NFTs, for sure. Everyone was learning on the fly.
Yeah.
Now
I think almost every platform dropped the ball a few times, except Super Rare. I can't remember a time when maybe when they implemented their auctions, actually. When they first had their auctions, like the auction mechanics set up, I think there was a little bit of weird stuff there because it was using like blockchain blocks instead of actual like a countdown timer. So sometimes
I do recall that.
I think that, in my head, that's the only time Super ever really just like messed something up. But everyone makes mistakes. For sure. That's why I'm most bullish on Super Rare as a whole. I might be biased because that was the first platform I joined back in the early days, but I got mad love for them.
They do things well. They've been a lot of innovations recently too. So yeah, much love and credit over there. All right, my friend. It was a fun one today.
Yeah, this was fun, dude. Thanks everyone for joining us. It was great to see you, Goldra, and MD NFT, and Alexi, and JRM, and Jay Pierce, and Riley, that Blap, and Jaden, and
Tormius.
Harrison, and Tormius, and we have a lot of friendly people here. Hopefully I got everybody. I was just scrolling up through the comments.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a really good one.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Tomorrow, Parrot and To Bloom. Let's go. Can't wait.
Yep. What time is that? 4 p.m. EST?
4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. So
perfect. I knew there was a 4 p.m. somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. 4 on the west.
D-double. I missed you. You're here too.
D-double. Yeah. Amazing.
Yep. So 66 editions of the 3D sculpture created by Jerk at Work, and a 1 of 1, which the reserve is 5 ETH on, and it's going to be 0.1 to 0.1 ETH to grab one of the 66 sculptures.
Yeah, I love it in terms of, there's accessibility, and so it's like making it easy to scoop a 3D parrot, which exactly. I can't wait to get set up in a rare rooms and do all sorts of fun stuff with. So
yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's the perfect mix of scarcity and accessibility, I think.
Yeah, man.
And that's also, before I end this, something that I was talking with Thank You X the other day about was how, historically with like Nifty Gateway and stuff, as an artist, you have open editions and you have auctions, and it's kind of up to the artist to decide like which piece of art is more valuable or which one do we want to be fractionalized in that sense. And especially like open editions where there's like no cap, it's kind of weird where like, a collector or anyone will come and look at it and be like, oh, okay, like why is this over here and the 101's over here when it's both pieces of art created by the same artist? Maybe the collector doesn't like the 101 and they just like the open edition, but they don't want to join an open edition. They want a 101. So it's kind of like creates this like weird, where's the value actually lie? It's in the eye of the beholder, and it kind of screw things up a little bit. And I think what's so cool about the Artifacts project is there's a clear difference between the thing that's a 101 and then the thing that's not a 101 and is an edition number. And they're both very cool, but they serve different purposes, and it's very easy to like discern between those two different things. I think that's a very cool, not talked about enough aspect of this project.
Awesome, man. I'm glad. I think it's played out well in that regard. Like I end up smiling at that juxtaposition between something that is, that more prestigious, that higher pursuit, right? Those guys get into the bidding war over the Lag Sylvain, but then also again that accessibility. Like even on the secondary market, where some stuff has now started to trade up a little higher, it's still mostly accessible if you really want a 3D edition. And the thing that some people have started to buzz about that's also fun is I think the 3Ds are going to make more and more and more sense as the space evolves and as general tech evolves. because
long
people, yes, and people have started to talk about it. Where like Cole recently, who's actually joining the Artifacts team full time next week. Shout out Cole. But he was talking about with his mom, he threw an Oculus on. And when you throw an Oculus on, you could jump into our custom rare rooms with an Oculus. And so they jumped in, and he was talking about it like, oh, wow, you know, that elevated everything, a huge deal. You know, all of a sudden he was like, I was already a believer, but then I saw that. And now it's like, oh my gosh, this is something truly special. So not only that, with like Oculus tech and immersive VR tech becoming more and more commonplace as these months and years go on, but the experimentation we're doing over in Unreal Engine and in some of the stagings of these 3D models together, the sum of the parts, like seeing Parrot next to Fuckrender and Victor Mascara and Philip Hodas and Thank You X, and like I mean on and on, obviously down the line to all the phenomenal artists involved, but like setting a scene with all of these 3Ds existing in a space, it's pretty like it's special. It's really cool. It's really fun. It creates the maddest, most amazing sculpture garden you could ever imagine. So
exactly, dude.
It's like a pack of rocket fuel to see this thing through. Can't even like 100 3D sculptures in the same sculpture garden representing the people like yourself who trailblaze NFTs. It's a fun thing.
Well, I feel grateful and blessed to be a part of it, my guy.
Oh yeah, bro. Wouldn't be the
onward
same.
And onward.
Yes. But thank you, man. Thanks for saying that. I'm glad that the accessibility, like that discussion is resonating.
Definitely. All right, man. Until next week.
Till next week. Let's do this thing.
Cool. And I'll be popping through the Artifacts Discord tomorrow, obviously surrounding that drop, and we'll have some fun shenanigans.
Shenanigans will be had. Love it, man. By the way, we'll talk, but there's a chance I drop down through LA on my way back from Vancouver.
Oh, so okay. Perfect. Yeah, please let me know about that. We'll have to do a dinner or something.
Yeah. Keep you posted, man.
All right, my guy. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Much love.
See you, everybody.